Holy crap, that weekend.
Oh my God.
So
dude.
much rain. And, you know, for some of the matchups that I predicted on how teams would perform, oh, yeah, teams are going to crack 20 points.
No. Not even
No,
close.
not even close.
Not even remotely
Man,
close.
the rain was coming down hard.
I still got puddles in my boots, dude.
Oh,
I swear.
I had to bring another set of clothes
I
just to
did
get
the same.
back to the stadium Friday night.
I didn't do that. You think I'm a rookie. I've been doing this for 6 years now. You think I'd
But-
remember to do that.
But you know, you didn't expect that rain to like be that hard, man.
I didn't think it was going to be a torrential downpour, but
Oh
it was
my
an
goodness.
atmospheric river, to
Yep.
be technically correct.
My
Yeah.
camera's fogged up. Like I couldn't even focus in the
Yeah,
end.
not ideal.
Did you find the camera cover?
Oh, I think I forgot it.
Uh-oh.
Well, well. Anyways, welcome to the Cover Cal High podcast. I'm your host, Jake Vanderbrook, alongside Tyler Flipson. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
And Adrian Soriano. There's another salute. 4 for 4 this time.
Hey, we're on a roll now.
We're on a roll now. Yeah, better late than ever, right? So, what a crazy week. You know,
Yeah.
the rain can just make an impact in so many ways.
Tremendously, yeah. It makes all the difference to a game, you know. Just when you think you have a lock of a game, you don't, because the
Yeah.
rain makes a factor.
We had a lot of low-scoring games, and we start out in Danville for the NCS D1 semifinal match between San Ramon Valley and Cardinal Newman. Those SRV Wolves were able to get it done, beating Cardinal Newman 7-0, and De La Salle goes on to win the NCS Open Division title, beating Pittsburgh 10-7. SRV and Pitt will play each other for the D1 title this Friday.
So close for those Pirates. We said if one team was going to be De La Salle in this area, it was going to be Pitt.
Yeah.
So close.
They were leading, I think, at halftime. And
Yeah, 7-3.
you know,
7-3, I
guess,
know.
According to Robert, Pitt got tired and
That just shows you how good Pitt is, though, to
Exactly.
be able to keep up with them and play like that. So
Yep.
that's great stuff. Great game. All right, we got Balboa and Lowell last week, where Balboa was able to surmount those Cardinals 26-12. And then we have Washington and Lincoln, 16-0 over there, where Lincoln bettered Washington.
all right, then we go to Oakland. 32-7 McClymonds over Oakland High School. So MAC, Oakland League champions again, and they are going to NorCal's in a couple weeks.
Hey, Oakland did better than last time. Last time those two played, it was 52-6 final. So, no, 60-6 final. So, hey.
They made
Oakland
adjustments.
They made adjustments.
They made adjustments. And I was at this game. At San Jose's.
They made a what? That's something to mention. They made adjustments.
And they made
got better.
adjustments, man. It was a closer game. But okay.
They divided
Come on,
the score
man.
by
Come
half.
on. Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. So I was at this game at San Jose City on a Friday. My God, my clothes were soaked. Like I still can't wear my shoes that I wore on Friday. But anyway, St. Ignatius 10-7 over St. Francis.
Congratulations to those Wildcats.
Yep.
That's wild.
They shocked a lot of people.
Shocked the world.
Including myself. I put my full faith in them after week 5, saying that we had to put SI on the map. And they did exactly that. This is a team that just knows how to win ugly. And if
Exactly.
you got to be a great program to overcome adversity, and those Wildcats did exactly that, beating St. Francis.
And you know what? Real quick before we move on with scores, they did it again. Cardiac Cats, man, they were down 7-3.
They
At
love playing
halftime.
from behind. They really do. I feel like if you look at a large majority of the games they've won this season, they go into halftime behind by at least a
Exactly.
score, if not more.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, the rain definitely played a part.
Vandermeid, coach of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can make a great case,
Yep.
but we're going to jump over to the NCS D2. Bishop O'Dowd getting the job done, beating Liberty 23-15, and they'll be going up against Amador Valley. That's going to be a very interesting matchup, who the Dons went on to beat those Windsor Jaguars 38-29.
And then we had Menlo Atherton and Wilcox, a top shelf matchup. I'm so glad we covered it, where Wilcox was able to get it done by all of 3 points, 10-7 over Da Bears. And then we had Palma and Menlo. And check this out, 24-23 in favor of Palma.
I feel bad for Menlo, man.
They battled.
Such a great
Heck
team,
of a season.
man. A great season, nonetheless. All right, Moreau Catholic, 14-7 over Del North. So they will be going to the NTS Division 7 Championship on Saturday. Jake, I think you're going to be there. I think. I got to check. We got
We're
check.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Hayward High School.
Yep. I'll be
And
there.
then Sacred Heart Prep, 28-14 over Branham. So I forgot Branham's current coach.
Yes.
So that is his last game as a Branham head coach. I think he's
Correct.
Steven Johnson. I think
And
that's his
there's
name. So he's stepping down.
rumors around of who's next around there. With some inside intel without me saying too much.
Who knows? It could be me. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Hey,
not
it could,
me.
hey, you know what?
It's
I
not me.
nominate Tyler as the Branham head coach.
Oh, jeez.
I can see that. Hey,
No,
hey,
I nominated
he's
him.
got some experience. Played at De Anza. You entered the transfer portal. Then you played at Evergreen. So hey, man, you do have some experience. Where'd you go?
Yeah. I went from Lee to De Anza, and
To
that was
De Anza.
the end of my playing career after De
Oh,
Anza.
you just ended at De Anza?
Yeah, I ended
Hey,
at
but
De
he's your
Anza.
coach,
But didn't
though.
you go to Evergreen for college?
Yes, but I didn't play football there. They don't
Oh,
have a team.
okay. All right.
I had to
all right.
switch it up.
All right, gotcha. All right, so you mentioned Sacred Heart Prep.
Yep.
Moving on to their championship game. They're going to be going up against Burlingame.
Yes.
And what a game that was for those Burlingame Panthers, surviving at the last minute to take down Piedmont Hills. Tyler, take it away. This was a crazy game.
It was bizarre. I mean, let me tell you, like we've talked about, and I know it's going to be a trend throughout this episode, is that the rain made such a factor in that. Burlingame's a good squad. I haven't seen them all season. I didn't know much about them going into that game. And the first thing I have to mention is their quarterback for those Panthers is Luke Levitt. 6'3" senior. I think he's 190. The guy's a big kid, and he can spin it. Because the first thing I noticed is in warmups, he's just doing long toss at like 40 yards, 35 yards through the rain, and just perfect spirals. And it looks like he's throwing it with ease. And I'm like,
Oh my
how is he doing
goodness.
this through like the rain? I'm like, how much is the factor going to be? But Burlingame dominated the time of possession, and that was the difference because they stuck to the run. They had a great run offense, a lot of orbit motions, a lot of dives where they were just going to chip away at you 2 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. So the time of possession was a huge factor, but Piedmont Hills was able to claw back in the second half to keep it close, where the big difference was is they went for 2 after scoring. It was at that what the final score ended up being was 14-12. They go for 2 to tie it, and they don't get it. And that was the difference maker in that game because after that, Burlingame just held onto that ball with, again, time of possession, and they had a shot at the end zone. That was a crazy finish. I can't believe I didn't lead with that. The crazy finish being Hail Mary, untimed down, shoot the end zone where Burlingame bats it down, but Piedmont, a Pirate, catches it.
Yep.
And I thought from my angle, he stretched across the goal line before the ball was fumbled. But frame by frame, the ball gets lost from my angle. It's hard to see. And they ruled it, a fumble before he broke the plane, and that was the game.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit to Hayden Haba and Nick Armstrong for staying with the play.
Yep.
When a receiver makes a catch like that, you're thinking, man, this game's over. They just pulled some miracle.
I thought
But no, you played till the whistle, and they sticked with the play. And when you do that, good things happen. And that's what exactly happened for those Panthers.
Have you guys seen those GoPro cameras, the super wide angle 360 ones?
Oh, yeah.
I want one position on me and my face when I'm shooting because like my jaw dropped when I saw it get bat down and the Piedmont Hills receiver catch it. I was like, oh my gosh. I thought for sure everyone was about to storm the field from behind me. I was worried about getting hit. People running on the field. It was so cool. What a game. I mean, but what a season for Piedmont Hills is what I think about. I mean, they've been up and down through the years and they had a heck of a season to make it to this point and battle the way they did where honestly that game was anyone's ball game. I mean, they battled through a lot of adversity too because I mean, Piedmont Hills easily could have quit in the first half. The way it's going was not going their way, was not looking pretty, but they stuck with it and they battled. So it was a great game. It was so much fun. I love it. Other than being drenched head to toe.
Well,
loved it.
So my aunt on Saturday after I shot Los Gatos Ritter, and we'll get to that in a moment. She was like, "Yeah, I have a nephew at Piedmont Hills." She was not happy. She thought that was a catch.
So they called it a catch, but they called it a catch, and it absolutely was a catch. The ruling was if he broke the plane before he fumbled, it's for sure a fumble.
Okay.
And it's hard to tell because even when I was editing and I pulled it up full screen, frame by frame, from my angle, I couldn't even quite tell. It was close. So,
dude,
yeah, I'm no referee. I can't make a ruling. I thought live in the moment, I thought he broke the plane for sure. But then when I blew it up, it is in question for sure. So great game, great season to the Pirates and Burlingame. That's a good team. Moving on, taking on Sacred Heart Prep next.
and I'll be there.
Yep, that'll be good.
there
You're gonna
next
have fun.
Saturday.
Harkey and Haba led the way with the Panthers with the rushing attack, both scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
And Burlingame, this is the first time they've ever made it to the CCS championship since 2018.
Wow,
And when they
okay.
went back in 2018, they went on to beat Carlmont 38-0 to win that
Wow.
D4 crown. So this will be a big game for those Panthers come. I believe the game
Saturday
is on
night.
Saturday where they will go up against Sacred Heart Prep. And let's talk about more Cats, those Los Gatos Wildcats.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
ball game.
What a statement.
So-
Wow.
This was last week it was more of a defensive showdown
Yep.
with their matchup against Sarah. But man, we had offensive fireworks. And at the end of the day, the Los Gatos Wildcats are going back to the CCS D1 title game, taking down Reardon 35-28.
Do you guys ever hear a cat has 9 lives?
Yeah.
That's right.
How many they have left?
That's exactly what I mean. Wow. First of all, I got there and Reardon, shout out to Bob Green, man. Always taking care of us. Got me parking inside the school, which is really hard to do.
They're awesome.
Right? They're very
Great
awesome.
staff over there.
And I mean, the beginning of the game, man, Reardon was really moving the ball. They were running the ball well, and Los Gatos had trouble offensively. And then, halftime came, and just like, yeah, the hell with that defense stuff, man. It was all offense, and wow, that ended up being our best game of the week.
Someone say game of the year, maybe?
Oh no, I think it's a candidate for our best of.
I think
show.
it's a great candidate, and
It's up there.
who is a great candidate for Player of the Week again? Scotty Brennan.
Absolutely.
3
Scotty.
touchdown passes, 250 pass yards. He looks great
And
under
that's- Oh, yeah.
center.
And that's what you call efficient. That completion to incompletion ratio for how many yards you got, how many touchdowns, that is downright efficient and being smart with the football. I loved seeing that stat line in our group chat Saturday night.
Well, they ran the ball. So I mean that's their bread and butter is running the ball, and they were running the ball. I mean they were getting some yards, but there wasn't like that one breakout run until in the fourth quarter,
Right.
with Dolslack, right, to I think tie the game. So, hey, they made the plays on offense, and they had forced a couple turnovers, right? The first quarter they got a pick. Reardon, if they didn't get that pick, Reardon was going to score again, and we would be talking about a different game. And then I think in the second quarter, they forced a fumble. And again, Reardon was driving, to score and forced a fumble, recovered it. So hats off to Los Gatos, and they're playing St. Francis
Yeah, they got-
next Friday. And you know what? Oddly enough, dude, it ended almost the same way as Tyler's game.
Down to a Hail Mary.
It wasn't a Hail Mary. It wasn't a Hail Mary, but
You take a shot to the
they
end
took
zone.
a shot to the end zone. The catch was made, but it was out of bounds. So,
Yep.
big shout out to Mark Crail. Chuck Perry. We love Chuck. Got me stats after the game. So,
I know I could speak for all of us here as a team at Cal High that in our own way, our breaths are held just as much as the players are when there's a Hail Mary, because I'm thinking, I got to make sure I get this shot. Am I recording? Is my angle good? Yeah, I'm panicked just as much as the players and coaches and fans are. Because I know one play comes down to this, and I'm always like, worst case scenario, I'm like, oh my gosh, my camera's going to die. It's
Yeah.
going to, I don't know, something ridiculous.
and it's tough too, right? Because, come playoff time, you have
Yeah.
extra referees. So, you kind of have to
I know.
adjust, right? You're either, a little further back or you're right where the referee is. And sometimes the referee is only
Getting the
like
shot.
20 yards ahead of the
Yeah.
line of scrimmage. So it's tough, but hey, man.
I always make friends
Wow.
with those referees. The ones that are
Absolutely. They were
20
nice, man.
because I know I'm going to be with them all night. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm going to make buddies with this guy so we're on good
Yep.
terms.
Yep.
They were, again.
Yeah,
Yes.
you mentioned being worried that your camera's gonna die. That Hail Mary that I covered for that flag football championship.
Yes.
My battery was at 1%.
You are a
1%.
madman.
Hold on, did you bring an extra battery?
I did.
Then what are you doing that
I
for?
know. Well, it's one of those things where it's you gotta see on the side if
Sure.
But I
Oh,
just
no.
didn't look throughout the game.
You're
Oh
a
my
certified
God.
nut job. You're
Jake,
so
you're living-
lucky.
Jake, you're living on the edge.
I know.
Living,
Dancing with the devil.
living on the edge. So Los Gatos, they're gonna be taking on St. Francis for the CCSD1 title.
Yep.
And now we're gonna get to some of our previews.
Yeah.
And we start with the Turkey Bowl.
Love it.
Well,
Any
you-
turducken there?
What?
Turducken?
What is a turducken?
Turduck? That's what they do. What do you mean? You guys
What
know
is a turducken?
In the NFL, after the Thanksgiving game, the winning team has some turducken.
Okay.
Where have
lost
you guys
me.
been? Are you kidding me?
Wait a minute. Wait. So wait, is that like?
How about Nikon? You know what turducken is, right? Turducken. Are
Yes.
you kidding
What
me?
is a turducken?
No, I need comments right now. If this is on social media or YouTube, whatever this is on, I need comments right now. Make sure I'm not crazy. Turducken at the end of the game, they do the post game.
Oh, I know what you mean
Yeah,
with the post game, but I've never heard of that
They
term.
combine turkey and duck legs in it, and it's turducken.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Well, I didn't know.
Really? I'm
didn't
disappointed in you two.
All right.
I thought
Anyway,
that leg was
the
just
turkey
a turkey
bowl.
leg.
The turkey bowl. That was so not the point.
Lincoln Balboa, and it's always these two teams when it comes to that big City
Yep.
League
Yes.
title. This game's going to be held at Kezar.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Historic.
11:30.
Historic Kezar. 11:30.
Yeah.
So
Nothing like an 11:30 kickoff to get Thanksgiving going, and this is always a fun matchup.
Yeah.
And,
It
and
is.
this was a fun matchup when these two teams face each other in the regular season, and man, that was a lot of fun when those two teams went at it. But it was Lincoln winning that first matchup over Balboa,
Yep.
and Lincoln won the City League title last year, and
That's
the
right.
game wasn't even close. So for Balboa, I think this is going to be a big game for Rylan Thean Jones. The man can sling it. If he needs to make a play with his arm, he's going to. So I think, just taking care of the football is going to be very important, because what the difference was with the regular season game when these two teams went at it was that Balboa turned the rock over a few times. And so did Lincoln. Don't get me wrong. Both teams turned the ball over quite a bit, especially in the first half. But I think for Thean Jones, I think it's going to be very important for him to just take care of the football, get Joseph Smith going with the run game, and he's also very efficient in the pass game. So if you utilize him, I think Balboa is going to stay in this game, and they have a really good chance. Now, defensively for Balboa, you have to worry about Mikey Washington. Mikey Washington is just he's going to get 30 carries. Lincoln,
run the ball.
Lincoln loves to run the football. So, I mean, this is a guy that's got nearly 1,800 rushing yards. Kid's a beast.
With
Yeah.
a name like Mikey Washington, it sounds like that guy can tote the tater. I mean, that name just says he can tote the tater, dude. Like, that guy gets it done.
Yes, he does. 27 touchdowns on the year for Mikey Washington. So it's going to
Wow.
be very important for Balboa to contain that guy.
Did you say 27?
27 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
But I mean, but now to be
Wow.
fair though, Lincoln. I mean, like Jake said,
Lincoln
all they do is run the ball.
Lincoln runs
Run the
the
ball,
ball.
run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Touchdowns are touchdowns. Whatever gets the job
No,
done.
yeah.
And 27 of them at that.
Yeah, and it's been working for those Mustangs.
Now, maybe I'm mistaken, but doesn't Balboa favor the run? They're
They do.
usually a run
They
offense.
they usually do, but within the past couple of years, they've thrown the ball a little
Yeah.
more than what was expected.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about from a quarterback's perspective, how selfless you have to be. You said that Balboa's quarterback can sling it. He can throw
Yeah,
the ball well and is effective with his throwing. So you got to be real selfless as a quarterback, knowing that and being confident in yourself in that, but knowing that, okay, we're sticking to the game plan. I'm going to run the ball. It's about team, not I, right?
Now,
That's pretty cool.
if it's going to be raining, like it,
Sure.
Let's hope it's not rain. Please,
Yeah.
please, please. I don't want
Now,
any more
we
rain.
got a clear forecast.
now if it's raining on Thursday, which I hope not, then the game plan changes and both teams are going to be running the
Exactly.
ball, and the game's going to go by a lot faster than
Sure.
expected.
Yeah, but I
Less
don't
than
want it
2
to rain.
hours.
We don't want it to rain.
No, you got a clear forecast. That's fine.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
Good.
very gloomy day behind us is going to be days behind us come
I hope
Thursday.
so. Yeah.
All right.
So we're good.
But you know what? Hey,
Take it from the fake weatherman.
you know what? Hey, Balboa, it's all about the culture, man. So like I said, quarterback needs to be selfless. Well, it's just buying into the system, buying into the
it's-
culture, and they have it.
It's all those city league teams. They're a selfless program. They're gritty. I think about like the South San Francisco. I think about the Balboas, the Link. It's all them. They're a gritty team, and they're always everyone on the team is selfless. It's all their
Exactly.
unit. They're a cohesive unit, and it's just the coaching down there is great when it comes to that. Is what I've seen.
And that's
Doing
all
good.
you need that's a recipe for success right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree.
Whatever the weather's
more.
like, I still think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think you're probably right.
I mean, both teams, they were very physical the last time those two teams
Dude.
went at it.
Do you think it's gonna be 7-0?
No, not like
No,
that.
no,
not
no,
like
we'll-
that
we'll
Cardinal
have
Newman
more-
SRV game.
we'll have more than
oh
7
my
points to win
goodness,
this
no, don't get me started with that. No, I think both teams will crack 10 points.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 16-13.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. We don't know.
That's it.
Okay.
That's all you're getting from
And
me.
you don't make score predictions often.
No, you just did. What do you mean?
Well, last
I know
week I
that from
said both teams are going to crack 20 points.
True, you did
But
say
that,
that.
but see, the thing
And
is,
that didn't go
I
well.
mean, we were hoping there wasn't any rain, right? So again,
Well, that's
it's
some
really
wishful
tough.
thinking.
You know,
I get to my game in Danville and I'm like, oh yeah, no one's cracking 20 points today, ladies and
No.
I mean,
gentlemen.
Sir.
the rain is the great equalizer, right? And again, we saw it with Pittsburgh De La Salle, right? If it wasn't raining, it would be more than a 10-7 game,
Yeah, it would be interesting.
right? So
We have another big game we're going to preview.
Yes, we do. Another big
one.
game for the NCS D2 title. It's
Yep.
going to be Bishop O'Dowd and Amador Valley, two programs that feature some very talented quarterbacks.
that's right. Devin Wilson for Bishop O'Dowd and Tristan Tia.
T squared, baby.
Oh, hey, he's
T
having
flip, T squared.
Yeah, it takes one to know one, you know.
Yep,
He-
yep.
hey,
From
he's
a
been-
backup quarterback to starting quarterback, a guy knows when he can spin it and get the job done. Actually, he had something I couldn't do. That guy can run. He
hey.
can run. I was like Peyton Manning back there. Keep me in the
Oh,
pocket.
you're more
Don't
of a
ask me
pocket
to run.
passer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well-
Tristan Tia, though. That's going to be, I cannot
Not
wait
Nathan Peterman?
for that game.
What?
Okay. All
No,
right.
come on.
How dare
Nathan
you?
Peterman.
How dare you? Absolutely
Tebow?
Nathan Peterman.
Tim Tebow?
No,
He's
enough
not
of
a
that.
lefty.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I know. I throw the ball correctly. You know,
Okay.
lefties are weirdos.
But to be serious,
kidding.
Tristan Tia, he
Yeah, so good,
has
dude.
a case for being player of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you look at his stats, and I'm going to read you his stats, ladies
Go
and
ahead.
gentlemen.
What?
Why don't
Okay,
you?
go ahead.
Tristan Tia, 44 total touchdowns. 29 of those touchdowns are passing. So if you do a little math, so 29 plus 15, that's
44.
44. So
Oh, there you
15
go.
rushing touchdowns as well to add to that. And with him slinging the ball, he's got over 3,300 passing yards.
Really?
You
30
can make
holy
a great
smokes.
case for Tristan Tia to be player of the
Well,
year in the
yeah.
section.
He is the East Bay. He is the co East Bay Mountain Division Player of the Year with Jadis Lucky from California. So, hey, there's a reason why he's Player of the Year, co-Player of the Year.
Right.
Yeah.
Still.
But you've been a big BOD Dragons kind of guy this season.
I love Bishop O'Dowd.
Yeah.
I love him.
So-
you know, such a fun, talented group of guys, and I still remember. I think it was Deji was he wanted his crumble a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, he got his crumble, but this time it is the Chick-fil-A game. So everyone
Chicken
will be-
Sandos, baby.
He will be getting chicken sandwiches. So, and I get to see my my buddy Brandon Mason again, the dancing ref. So, hey, maybe he might be in my stand-up again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Deji Ajosi, he's one talented wide receiver.
Oh my goodness!
Going
Hey,
to
you wanna play the week?
Washington next year. I believe he's a senior, correct?
He is a senior.
And
Hey,
then-
you want to play the week last week?
And then they also got Bean. He's another solid
Jaren Bean, yup, that's
receiver
right.
for those Dragons. So Devin Wilson has a ton of options, and that just makes a quarterback's job a lot easier.
So easier.
Well,
so much easier.
Don't forget, they can also run the ball with Saluso.
They're balanced.
Their balance off. I think that they lean a little bit more towards the run. I think. You
Okay.
know? But I mean, hey, if he has to sling the ball, he will sling it, and he's got weapons, like you said, right? So.
In case
Man.
you're not planning on it, I'll be the first to say that both teams cracked 20 in this game.
I say 30.
30. Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
great. I
Whoa.
love offensive fireworks on Black Friday, and
That-
it will be at Dublin High School.
That makes editing
Yep.
harder. That's gonna be a lot of
That-
marked
that's
plays.
fine with
you
me,
have to
man.
pick and choose.
That is fine with
no,
me.
it's gonna be great. I'm excited to see it. I didn't get the chance to cover either one of these teams this season. Of course, kept
Yeah.
up with them with us covering them. I can't wait. So many good matchups. So many good. I'm sad. Football's on its way out.
Yep.
Well, no,
It's
we
on
still have
its-
a couple weeks.
That's it. That's it. It's gone by
But
in a
the-
flash.
well,
This
you
is
know,
what
cherish
it's
it.
shorter.
Championships, NorCals, and
That's
state.
it.
And then,
I
and
don't
then that's
think-
it.
yeah.
And that breaks my heart. I look forward to football
Aw,
season all year long, and then it goes as fast as it comes.
Just cherish it, savor the moment, enjoy it.
But yeah, that'll be great. We got some great matchups for that.
Yeah, you said offensive fireworks for having a hard time editing and stuff like that. You know how tough it was to find clips to edit for my 7-0 SRV game? I'm just saying, man, that was a bit of a challenge.
Tough putt for the kid.
Yep, tough
Double
putt.
breaker, uphill.
Yep.
With the grain.
Triple bogey.
Yeah.
Triple bogey.
Go
Hate
ahead.
to see it.
Oh,
Hate
man.
to see it.
Well, it's safe to say we all had kind of a hard time putting highlights together Friday
Hey,
night.
not as bad as me though. I had one
I know.
touchdown, one single touchdown. Adrian, you at least had a touchdown, a field goal, and then a touchdown.
Yeah, I would say humbly for me, I had an easy time editing. I was done. in and out.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I loved it. It's easy.
But man, hey,
Oh my goodness!
I cannot wait for this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be a great game. Offensive fireworks. I agree. 30 points. Both teams cracked 30 points, and this is going to be this. I think has a chance to be game of the year material.
Whoa, compete with Reardon Los Gatos?
Okay. Now,
I think so.
Whoa.
I really think so.
well, we will see what happens at Dublin High School Friday night. I mean, guys, I know we're only gonna preview 2 games, and we kind of just did, but there's a lot of good matchups out there still. Right?
Oh, sure,
Burlingame
yeah.
Sacred Prep, right? Wilcox Palma.
Stay tuned for that football schedule that comes out
That's
on
right.
our social media on Wednesday.
SRV
That's
Pitt.
where all of our-
SRV Pitt.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
So-
I'll be at DVC for SRV Pitt
Sure.
Per your request.
for my request.
So there you go.
All right, so over to the volleyball poll. So
We have fireworks over there?
it's over.
No, it's over.
Volleyball is over.
Officially over.
So we had four
Four
NorCal
representatives.
teams.
Yep, four
Four
representatives.
Bay Area teams that represented NorCal to go downstate. So, well, first off, congratulations to the Midi Monarchs,
Yep.
the Foothill Falcons, the San Ramon Valley Wolves, and the Monta Vista Matadors.
Yep.
For winning NorCals, they were able to compete in state. Out of all those 4 teams, San Ramon Valley was the only team who went on to win a state title in
Yep.
Division II. So congratulations to those Wolves on an outstanding season. Well, for all of those programs,
Yeah.
obviously, but for SRV winning a state title, you know,
not easy.
Always a great feeling to win on a high note.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I mean, listen, even if they lost, which 3 of the 4 teams, right, lost, it's still to get to state.
It's just
not
a
easy to
different
do.
atmosphere.
Not easy to
for
do.
SoCal volleyball.
It is, especially in the open division, right? So Cathedral Catholic is just on a different level, But should we get into our final volleyball polls this week? And
Do it.
Yep.
We'll have girls basketball polls.
We're into basketball season,
next
baby.
week. Just girls. We're not doing boys yet until the football season is done. But let's get to it. Midi will finish off as our number 1 team. So they are the NorCal Open Division champions. Obviously, they lost. Congratulations.
Big
Lost in
rats.
3 to state. But again, like you said, Jake, different atmosphere down there in SoCal, right? St. Francis will be our number 2 team.
Yep.
They are the NorCal Open Division runner-up. They lost to Midi. And wow, first of all, Midi as like the number 5 seed, man. That is insane. Crazy. St. Ignatius didn't play last week because they lost to St. Francis. So St. Francis number 3, Branson number 4, Foothill number 5. They were our D1 champion for NorCal, and they obviously lost. I think they lost in 3 sets down there last week in state. Still a good season. San Ramon Valley number 6. They are the NorCal and State Division II champions. So again, congratulations to the Wolves. Marin Catholic number 7. Again, season was over already. Redwood number 8. They were the NorCal D1 runner-up. They lost to Foothill in 4 sets last week. But again, still tremendous season to those Giants. James Logan number 9 and Keplinden number 10.
Yeah.
So
There it is.
there it is. There is our
Last
final volleyball poll. What a fun
Girls
volleyball. Girls volleyball. We'll still have boys
Yep. Coming up.
in the spring. So, but yeah, can't help but feel a little bit sad, man.
Yeah. No.
Forward and onward. That's all there is.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And this is what it's like making that transition into
Exactly.
Fall sports into winter sports.
Winter.
Let's go to the football poll,
All right,
though.
football poll. Here we go. Well,
Do you have controversy?
see,
Do
though,
I need to like
this
mentally
was
prepare?
Tough. This was
to
kind of
roast
tough.
you?
This was kind of tough putting together the poll last week because, it was rain, right? So you can't really knock a team for losing. It was raining,
Whoa,
right?
whoa, both teams played through the
I know,
rain,
I know.
win
I
or
mean,
lose.
yeah.
Absolutely
But
not.
here we go.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But here we go. So, De La Salle, number one.
Sure.
They are the NCS Open Division champions, and they will very, 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 very likely be the Open Division representative for state in a couple weeks, right? That's what we're thinking. I mean, they're the best team in NorCal. There's no debate about that. Pittsburgh stays at number 2. They did lose to De La Salle, but they will still be playing San Ramon Valley this week for the NCS Division I championship at Diablo Valley College. San Ramon Valley, number 3. Barn burner, 7-0 over Cardinal Newman last week in the rain.
Mind Jake one more time.
Hey, we all had rain. It was tough. They're playing Pitt at DVC on Friday. St. Ignatius, number 4. They defeated St. Francis at San Jose City. They are the CCS Open Division champions, so their bye this week, gives them a chance to get healthy and get prepared for
That's the biggest
NorCal's
advantage
next
for
week.
having the bye.
Exactly.
And to prepare
Right.
for NorCal's. And De La Salle, they have 2 weeks.
You have 2.
I know.
That's
Almost too long. I
It is
almost
too
feel like
long.
from
It
a
is too
player and
long.
coach's perspective, it's like I almost feel like I get stagnant and like anxious. Like, hey, give me 1 week bye and go.
Yeah,
I think 2
it's
weeks.
tough. It is
Has that
tough.
always been a thing? Has it always been a 2-week bye?
Yeah, for De La Salle, yeah. I mean,
Or Sarah
well,
last
like,
year.
like
Yeah.
Sarah last year, they had 2 weeks off, right?
Man.
So, there is some pros and cons to it, right? So, moving on.
That's interesting.
Cardinal Newman, number 5, lost to San Ramon, and so
There it is.
their season is officially over. St. Francis, number 6, lost to St. Ignatius, but they will be playing Los Gatos on Friday night. And that is our Crumble Cookies game of the week. Aubrey will be there at San Jose City College, so can't wait to watch the highlights of that game. Wilcox, number 7, they beat Menlo Atherton, and they will be playing Palma on Saturday for the CCS Division II title Saturday night. Los Gatos, who beat Reardon, so they're playing St. Francis now this Friday. Bishop O'Dowd is now in our poll at number 9. They defeated Liberty, which Nikon was there, and they're playing Amador Valley, which we just previewed a couple minutes ago, for the NCS D2 final. And Reardon will drop down to number 10 since they lost to Los Gatos. Their season has officially come to an end.
Okay, let's talk about some of these bubble teams, possibly. Amador Valley, I feel
Amador
like
Valley
is
is
a bubble
absolutely
team.
in the bubble.
If they beat Bishop O'Dowd Friday night,
They'll just flip.
are they going to be in the poll?
Yes, they will be in the poll.
Okay. And what about Acalanes?
Acalanes is tough too.
We can never forget
Yes.
about the reigning state champs.
That's right.
And here they are in the section title game, and they're going up against their big rivals, Campo Lindo.
Who has that game?
I think it's Nikon.
Nikon's at that game?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
And
well,
that game's going to be played at Las Lomas High School. So are they a bubble team?
Acalanes is definitely a bubble team. Oh, Nikon, just a note, man. Get there early at Las Lomas. That's going to be packed, I think. That's gonna
Yeah, it'll be packed.
Yeah.
It will be packed. Get there early.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of any other bubble teams.
It's tough now at this point of the season. Right? It's really, really tough.
It's tough.
Not a lot of teams
And that's
playing.
why I was going to get nitpicky.
That's
but this
all right.
is actually a good poll because really, I feel like we're sleeping on Los Gatos a little low on the poll. But then I was like, okay, but who would they switch with? Who would they move? And
Well-
really, I think I'd only be able to switch Wilcox and Los Gatos.
And-
I don't see
mean,
Los
if Los
Gatos.
Gatos
yeah.
beat St. Francis, they're a top 5 team.
Yeah, and again, it's so tough. Like I said earlier, it was tough to put together these polls because, you have to factor in the rain, right? Yes.
Do
I get-
you factor in the rain? Because
Yes, because without the
So-
rain,
But hear me out on this.
Okay.
You gotta. I mean, when you're in college and when you're in the NFL, you gotta play through the rain either way.
It
You're
doesn't
gonna
matter
have to
what
play
level.
through snow. I mean, not all these kids are gonna be playing in sunshiny weather.
yeah.
And that's a great point because Mr. East Coast over here is that we have it good in California and God forbid we
You
get a
guys
little bit
do.
of rain.
Yeah.
And it's like, we can't know. You got to play through the elements. Both teams, it's not like one team's affected by the rain. Both teams
Exactly.
are.
So
I don't think you could cut them any slack. You could say it's a factor and made a
yeah, so
difference in the
definitely-
game.
So the
It's a
rain,
factor.
The rain definitely played a factor in putting the polls together because, listen, if it didn't rain, that De La Salle pit, like I said earlier, that would not be a 10-7 game, right? Cardinal Newman, Central Valley, that would not be a 7-0 game, right? St. Ignatius, St. Francis,
Yeah.
that would probably not be a 10-7. So again, the
Yes.
rain played a big factor into it. So
As the outcome.
as the outcomes and
Yes.
stuff.
But
that's-
you just said, like, you started this by saying, like, oh, you can't really knock a team for losing on the poll because
Okay,
of the
so
rain.
let me take that back. Yes,
okay.
you can
As long
knock
as we
a team.
redact that statement,
Yeah,
because
so
an L
let
is
me
an
retract
L,
that statement.
whether it is 75 and sunny
That's right.
or
Right.
torrential down.
Because
Exactly.
you got to keep in mind, at this point of the season, this is win or go home situation.
Exactly. Yep.
So
By all means necessary.
yeah,
It's
you got-
it's tough.
Amen.
Tough, right? But Acalanes, they're a bubble. Amador Valley, bubble team. So
I know, I'm actually shocked Amador Valley isn't on there. That's surprising.
no, I mean 8-4 though. So
They
lost.
they
They
did
lost a bad game. I think they lost like Camp Belinda or something early in the season.
They
So
had some tough
they
losses.
had some tough losses early in the
So
season.
did Reardon. Reardon had some tough losses
Yes.
early in the season. Here they are at 10.
But you know
So
what?
with that logic,
Well,
that
so
math
so
ain't
now
mathin'.
hold on now. So
Amador
thing
Valley
was-
lost to Cal. You got to keep
So
that
now
in
the
mind.
thing
And
is,
with
they beat St. Francis. Yes, it was on. It
And
was
they
at
beat
home,
Sarah.
and they beat Sarah, right? So when you weigh those wins, right?
I hear you.
It's a little bit.
I might be biased. I might be on the Tristan Tia train a little
But-
too
And
much.
that's all right.
T cubed. if
But,
you
right,
will.
he's a
but
good
like
quarterback.
but like I said, Amador Valley wins this game. They're on the poll.
Yeah, they'll just so whoever wins that Bishop or that Amador Valley game, they'll just flip flop.
Sure.
Right. I mean, I'll just say it right now. Reardon is if Acalanes does win, or you know what? I'll put Camp Belinda in the poll or in the bubble as well. Right. Well, they
If.
are if
If.
they are.
If they beat
win,
Acalanes,
if they
I
beat
think they're a
Acalanes-
bubble team.
No, if they beat Acalanes, they may take over the number 10 spot over Reardon. Again, Reardon season over, right? Cardinal Newman is probably gonna go down after this week. Again, nothing against Cardinal Newman, but guys, you guys are not playing this week. You guys lost, unfortunately, right? So there's still teams below you that are still playing, right? So again, really, really tough, but. Man, 2 weeks left and it's
2
championship
weeks.
weekend.
And because those last 2 weeks, our producer greenlighted an extended cut of the podcast where we actually get to go an extra 30 minutes.
I know. Hey,
It's a
I was
great
happy
cut.
about that.
I
I was happy about that.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, all right, 55 minutes it is.
yeah,
Oh man,
it's good.
I
stuff.
can't
right.
wait. I cannot wait.
It's gonna be fun. Championship football coming your way.
But before that, before we
whoa.
say goodbye, I know, Jake. Hold on. Before we say
just
goodbye,
seized fire on
happy
you.
Happy Thanksgiving to
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Black Friday. Please be safe shopping Black Friday. I mean, everyone's gonna go a little bit crazy.
I don't think it's that crazy anymore. I think people
know.
are on Amazon.
But hey, happy Thanksgiving, though,
really,
man.
really quick before we go, what's your go-to Thanksgiving
Oh,
side?
the
Mac
guy
and
has to be
cheese.
turkey.
I just told Adrian I got my Traeger slow smoked mac and cheese homemade in the cast iron skillet.
Tyler was telling me about that
Yeah.
on my way here, and I told hey, Tyler, you need to say me like
Nope.
give me a bite.
Give me some green bean casserole.
Oh, good call, coach. Good
How about
call.
stuffing?
Wrong.
I like stuffing.
Incorrect.
I like stuffing.
Pecan pie.
Overrated.
Pecan pie.
Well, I mean, if you're saying overrated for stuffing, what is it, stovetop stuffing? No, we don't do that. In New York, you know what we do? We make that from scratch. And I'm telling you, that's all the time we have for you on this show, podcast, whatever you call this thing. It's safe to say you've been covered.
You've been covered. All right.